I'm that 1320 chick, and when I last left off in my previous video, we were in Texas. We finally took the car off the trailer. I know it's been a little bit, and are trying to figure out what happened to the trans. So in this video, we're kind of going over what happened with the trans and finally getting the bottom end back. So we're going over what happened, and I can finally show you and thoroughly talk about it. We also pick up the Mach 1 from storage, so I'm going to have a little bit of that in there. We do still have the Mach. Not sure how much longer we will have it. Honestly, with everything that's going with quarantine, we might not be able to keep it. So with that being said, I hope you guys are being safe and I hope you guys are surviving. This is kind of how we've been spending our quarantine and doing some house remodeling. So the Mustang is not normally this much higher than the SN. I know the SN is very low, but it is on jack stands right now. We've been fiddling with the trans here and there. So TBH, we don't know what's wrong with it. It is shifting really strange, or it's shifting fine when it's driving and it's warm. And I know in the previous video, if you didn't watch that one, I did say that it was low on fluid. So when we went to put fluid in it, it actually was not even, it was barely low. So that kind of weighed out that option. So we're not really sure. Basically, when you shift it into drive, it's taking a really long time, and then it kind of jolts in and it clunks. Once it warms up, it's not as bad. So I basically drove it around the neighborhood about 6 or 8 times to get it to full operating temp, and we put the fluid, like, topped off just a tiny bit of fluid, and it's still not acting great. It's going from, when you put it in a drive, it goes to 10 to 2 to 1, so it's kind of freaking out a little bit. But when you drive it, all the gears are there and it's driving fine and sounds great. So our only option right now that we think might be the issue is the stock converter, which we have heard people have great issues or great times with it and issues with it. So we're not really sure at this point. We're just going to have to wait until we tear the car apart again. Been getting a lot of questions on what's going on with the SN. So the SN's motor is in my car right now, if you have kind of been behind. So basically we're waiting to, once my block is back, we're going to take the block back out of this car and put it into this car. So we got a lot going on, and this car has been kind of pushed to the wayside just a tiny bit because of our house remodeling. And I said in the previous video that Brian and I bought a new house, so we've been dealing with kind of stuff like that, and with quarantine, we're not allowed to move. So we got a lot going on right now. So we're going to figure that out. I'm going to show you guys what happened with the engine, and then we're going to show a couple things that we're going to do to the Mach 1. The Mach 1 stripes are very, very scratched, so I actually called CDC, Classic Design Customs, which is my sponsor for this car, and they actually had the OEM stripes available for me, so I just picked them up. So we have those, and then the Mach 1 had... The Mach 1 has the Mustang in the bumper, and the rear bumper and the stickers on it were really tore up too. So we got new stickers made for that as well. So we got a couple things going on, stuff to keep us busy, but we're not going into taking this apart quite yet because we can't do anything with the engine being gone. So I'm going to go into the engine, what's going on with it, what we found, and what's the issues, and a little bit more extensively than just a refresh. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let me know what you guys would like to see in the future. We seem to have a ton of projects, and nothing is getting accomplished yet. So whatever you guys would like to see, let me know. I've had some requests for like car reviews, and if that's what you guys want to see, let me know. I just never really thought that it'd be something interesting for me to do. But if you guys have any suggestions for the channel in the future, I'm always open to hearing them. So let me know what you guys think, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. So the other day we picked up the block, and Brian realized that we had asked them to O-ring it, and they didn't. Since everything is kind of crazy right now, they have time to do it. So we're going to take the block back to them, and I wanted to kind of explain a little bit better and more in detail what we did. We decked it to make sure that it was flat, smooth, and a good sealing surface. What we actually ended up having to have done was, you see right here, there was a little tiny passage here, which I always thought that they went down this way and rode against the sleeve. Well, I come to find out they actually go this way. So it was plugged here and up through here. The reason for that is, and I'm going to try to turn this around so I can explain a little bit better. Do it. That's right. The reason for that is we were going through coolant and we did oil changes. And I know you're probably thinking, well, the coolant had to be going somewhere. How did you guys not check it? Well, the mistake that we were making was this is my first real like race car, I guess, and a car that was running on E85. So I didn't realize that the oil was having coolant in it. I thought it was E85 oil, like everyone says. It was very similar looking. The coolant was actually leaking through the sleeves, if you can see right through here. This is the sleeve. You can see on this side.
So you don't have to turn it.
No.
I got other footage of it.
You can see that the sleeve is here. Basically what was happened is the material between the sleeve was cracked, and that's where all the extra coolant was going. Basically, after all of this, it should be bulletproof. So fingers crossed that we will have no more issues in the future with it. So it was kind of a refresh, but not really, I guess. It was preventative maintenance and fixing issues that we had. Once we take this back to our local machine shop, they're going to do the O-ring, which we're going to explain once we get it back, because like I said before, I like to show it the diagram. Once we get that back, we'll explain what that was and go over what else we did, which was the heads from Frankenstein. So we'll show you guys that, and then kind of show what it's going to be like assembling this back together, getting the stock bottom end out, getting this back in, and putting the 10 rib on. So once the 10 rib's on, it's got to get a new tune. So we'll show you the dyno poles and everything on that, and what differences are going to be in the tune and things like that. I think we're going to have to upgrade the injectors as well. So we got some stuff going on. Hope you guys enjoy these couple videos that aren't going to be racing, unfortunately, but they're going to be very informative. If you guys have any questions or concerns or anything that's going on, we're actually going to pull the trans out too and make sure that the trans has to come out, but we're going to make sure that everything is fine. If not, we're going to have it gone through. So fingers crossed fingers crossed that everything is going to hold together and we got some things to do. So I think during quarantine, I am on vacation time now and Brian is still working, so we're going to try to mess around with the SN somewhat just to keep ourselves a little car busy and keep ourselves from wanting to kill each other. So we're working with Frankenstein this year, and I'm really excited because Frankenstein's not really known for being in the coyote world. Happy to be a part of one of their first known coyotes. This, if you have any more questions on this being filled, there is a really fantastic article that we read around November when we were driving to Mod Nationals, and this is what the article is what told us to do this. So we're gonna tag that in the description so you can read that as well. We were going to take it apart either way to try to figure out where the coolant was going. Usually, if you have coolant issues with sleeves, you would see that coolant would be slipping through the sleeve. If you haven't seen sleeves before, it kind of looks like a soup can. I was happy that it was not as major as we kind of expected it to be. I'm going to show you guys the Frankenstein heads ported, and we're going to go from there. Must read warranty policy. There is a shirt. Oh, it's here for you.
Hey.
It's one for you.
It's that hubby shirt.
All right, well, let's show the photo of the other one, so we'll get too in-depth on that.
Okay.
All right.
Cold-blooded.
It does not normally struggle this bad.
It hasn't started in 3 weeks.
It's true.
She's mad at you.
Yeah, she is. She wants some love. That's the stock bottom end. It's like, get me out of this car. Finally taking the car out for a drive. I was dared to say, hey, all you cool cats and kittens, I hope you guys are doing great out there. I'm sure with lockdown and quarantine, you guys have been watching Joe Exotic, and I'm shocked if you haven't. We're going on a cruise. We're trying to see what's going on with the trans. If you can hear it, that's its normal sound. I know it sounds weird, but that is the normal sound of my transmission. So we're gonna go check. We have it actually right now. If you can't see, we have it hooked into HP tuners right now to kind of see what's going on. We're gonna try to data log it. It had a misfire code. it goes into drive. Just, I don't know how to record it, but kind of record that it jolts a little bit into drive.
Yay.
Just race car things.
This thing goes.
Oh, that might be it. It just skipped second.
Yeah, but you're in normal drive mode. It normally shifts second in normal driving.
Not at speeds this slow. Nope. Actually, maybe. It just skipped fourth.
Yeah, but they normally shift on normal driving, casual driving. It always skips 2-4, usually.
So
And it'll hit it on downshift. Put it in drag mode.
sounds like second isn't there.
Well, it sounded like it, even in first gear, you were accelerating hard. It wasn't.
I'm not accelerating hard.
I know, but like as you were accelerating, it sounds like it just slips and doesn't grab.
But it seems weird. Everybody loses the seventh gear. How the heck have we lost down low?
Heavier than what your car's ever seen before. More stress on it.
Could the converter be messing with that?
Good. If you right
I
well,
don't want to hit it.
I wasn't gonna tell you to hit it.
Trans is also still cold.
That's still not normal. That's not gonna make a difference in.
It's messed up.
Yeah.
Put it back to regular. Do you think this is something clutches can fix?
I don't know.
As long as he skips second, it's fine.
Oh, great. So what I'm logging right now and trying to look at is torque converter shift slip. Desired slip is 1,000, which I don't know what that means. I actually don't know what a lot of this means, but I'm logging it because it feels like it's the right thing to do.
Okay.
So I'm just pretending like I'm a tuner right now.
It's fine.
Hello.
Hey, so I'm driving my car right now, and it's something's wrong with second gear.
Well, I guess, I don't know, if you guys think the fluid level's fine, then maybe the trans really is toast.
Well, it's weird. Like, it goes in regular mode where it skips, like regular drive, it'll skip second to, it'll go 135. As long as you
Right.
skip second, it's fine. But when we put it into drag mode and did it through one, it has a lot of issues.
Damn. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I guess get that trans from that dude and figure it out.
Well, from what we've been reading too, the stock torque converter on the 18s has been an issue. So we don't.
It's not the torque converter. The torque converter was screwed up. The car wouldn't work right in every gear. The torque converter is more of a global effect, whereas each individual gears have their own problems. That's what this sounds like.
All right.
Yeah, I mean the torque converter might have got hurt out of the deal, but I don't think that's the key problem here.
All right. You're standing on my side. This is your car.
Hey, I'm giving you an honor right now.
Honor? What?
Yeah, it's an honor to stand on the SN side.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to stand on the fast side.
You're on the right side then.
Good one, Goober.
Fine.
So this concludes this video. I know we got a ton of stuff going on and we never seem to...
Running out of shit to do.
Yeah, the list never seems to get lower, but I just wanted to mention with quarantine and everything going on, the machine shop did actually ask us to come to get the block, so we did have permission to be out. We have been taking it seriously and only going to the grocery store and things like that. So hope you guys are staying safe, sane,
Staying
safe and sane, because we are starting to lose our minds being here. We both haven't been to work since Texas, so it's been definitely wild, and I hope you guys are dealing with it and safe and not taking on as much crazy stuff as us. So I don't know if that's possible, but yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on, so eventually these are going to be switching and we are going to be hopefully cruising this summer together. It's been a long time since we've done that, so don't wipe it. There's so much
The
dust.
whole thing needs love anyways. It's okay.
Well, if you guys have any, like I always ask, if you guys have any questions, concerns, anything you guys would like to see from the channel in the future, we are definitely open to suggestions since it's been a little slow right now and we don't have a ton of racing videos. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you guys enjoy our content. Stay safe.